Heyo, and welcome to OmniBros Live. And that's the soundtrack music I always want introducing me, like wherever I go. Like as I walk up to meet somebody for the first time, I want that playing out of my pocket. Here he comes. I am OmniDog here on a Thursday with my partner in crime, Lou from Comics Guide. How's it going?
Hey man, how's it going?
It's going good. It's been a while since I've been here. So I'm happy to try and reconnect with the viewers. What's this mean? Have you seen something about this?
Yeah, actually, I have an article about that.
You have an article about it. All right. What? Let's see. Well, before we get going, we can talk about. I'm running this, so I got to find the various IST. Okay, wait. Where are they all? Geo has this thing. Wait a sec. Where's? Oh, maybe it's a banner.
I don't know how Geo does it.
There's the banner, but I think there's a picture.
Should be a still image.
Sorry, yeah, still image. I'm looking for it. He's got 45 still images here. Like this guy. This is a professional show. This guy's not happy. Omnibus Collectors Network. Please stand by. Just a sec. Here it is. In stock trades. Although I think it's a picture. He has a live picture. Whatever. This is the best you're going to get. InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to like 65% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. At the end of the month, there's always a $50 gift card giveaway to a lucky viewer out there like you, courtesy of In Stock Trades. $50 or more in an order gets you free shipping in the US of A. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Boom. Oh, wait, I've been practicing this.
Thanks, man.
See if you can tell who the composer is. Your wife's listening.
Was that it? Did she get it?
Yeah, it's Beethoven. Nice job. That was for her. I dedicated that to her.
Yes.
Thanks, Jess.
Well, she's the only fan I've got out there, so I got to play up to her. I take requests. Tell her I'll try anything on it.
Now we just need that 17-minute song, Garden of Eden.
Oh, you got it. I can try that.
It's not bad.
But then I get it mixed up with Sunshine of Your Love by Cream. It always segues into that in my head.
It's a 17-minute song. Jesus.
Yeah. It's awesome.
It is. Awesome
that
song.
was the 60s, man.
Man.
There's a whole side of the... do you know any Brahms? I know Lullaby. Thank you, Venomni Dog.
I mentioned this before, but my wife doesn't know 90% of the stuff we talk about.
Yeah.
She loves the mouth harp. So she's
No, I can't play Waiting Room. If that's the Fugazi song, I need I need to listen to some Fugazi and see if I could just. I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't think I could do Minor Threat. I might be able to do some Dead Kennedys because they had some. I really remember a lot of their songs really well, but I don't know that there's a market for punk rock mouth harp though.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Oh, the Omnidog thought it was beautiful. Thank you. Oh no, that I can play. I'll play that near the end of the show. I could totally play that. I know I can play that. Aku, I just got done reading it last night. As a matter of fact.
What'd you think?
I loved it. I think it was. I need to. There's a bunch of books I've been reading this week, like Nightwing. I just started Strange Adventures. I read Barbaric, which have you read that yet?
I'm not. No.
Book of the year already.
Wow.
He's got. Let me give you the pitch. He's a basic barbarian. Loves to drink wine, pillage villages, sleep with women, live the barbarian life. He's cursed by these witches who give him a talking axe, and he's only allowed to do good with it. Can't go slay people and steal their money. He can only do do good deeds with it. Like if there's a cry for help, the axe goes, okay, it's time to go. And the axe gets drunk on the blood of the evil guys that he kills. And it's a sassy axe. It is funny as heck.
That's cool.
I guarantee, first of all, I guaranteed to Taylor Brown that he's going to love it. I guarantee you will love it.
Okay.
That is a guarantee. I'm only suggesting Reptile for you to read as I think you'll love it, but I guarantee Barbaric as something you will totally dig.
Okay. Yeah, man. I'll check that out. That sounds right up my alley. I like that.
And Sazmer's taking credit. Good for you, buddy. I accept. I told you, Jess. I knew you'd love Barbaric. Sazmer, you were right. Sazmer knows what he's talking about. Well, then you'd love this axe. It's a sassy axe, and they meet up. Well, I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's no shortage of adventures, and the book is actually pretty nice. It's standard hardcover, but it's a standard hardcover, which is pretty. What am I getting dings from? Stupid Facebook? Get out of here, Facebook! I hate you.
That's true.
Who is it? What? Where? Oh, I don't even know where Facebook is now. This is the separate. I'm on two Chrome things. One's the Chrome for this channel, and the other's the Chrome for my channel. So just listen to the dings. It's all right. It's part of the production values that we bring you from OmniBros Live. It's a holiday in Cambodia. Da, 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 da. It's a holiday. So much. Oh, no, I think that one's too tough. It's a great song, though.
What about Sweet Home Alabama? I know you said you had that.
I heard that yesterday, and I was like, I first of all, I never think of this thing until I get on this show, and I thought maybe I could play that on the mouth harp. Turn it up. In Birmingham, they love the governor.
There you go.
Well, we all do what we could do.
Did you see that mouth harp that Gio sent us? It's like $200.
Oh yeah, the rare handcrafted. I didn't even see how you could play that.
Apparently mouth harps can get up to like $200. Some are rarer than that and stuff. I'm just wow, amazing.
I have clearly not been giving this instrument the respect it deserves.
Apparently not, dude. Because I wonder who's. I'm wondering who's like the Slash of the mouth harp. Carlos Santana of the mouth harp world, you know?
Somebody that's just made a ton of dosh on it and has groupies and a top hat. I'm Slash, man.
Is there a Mick Jagger? You know, these are the
well,
questions.
he told us about some guy on TikTok that has an instructional video and stuff. But I kind of want to learn on my own. I don't play it ever except for here, because Riley had it that one time 7 months ago, and I don't think he knows where it is anymore. And here's Aiku. That's right. We're waiting for less than 4 hours now till the biggest event second biggest event of the week for me. Super Bowl is first, and then my daughter comes right back for all the Sundays in the year for Horizon Zero Dawn, and then football season starts again. So this is perfect.
By the way, I just wanted to wish you a quick congratulations on your team winning the Super Bowl this year and putting the nail in the Brady coffin.
He's like the undead, though, man. Until he gets a stake through him, I don't know that we were the stake in him just yet. That guy, it wouldn't surprise me if he came back, but I don't know. Sasmurf is saying this is the best stream ever with the Lou dropping the Slash reference. That was absolutely perfectly timed. And there's Gabriel. How's it going, Gabriel?
Now you got me going. How deep does this rabbit hole go for the mouth harp? Was there like 80s hair metal mouth harps? You know,
electric mouth harp?
Electric mouth harps? Were there guys that were like drug addicts and stuff like that? They couldn't play the mouth harp unless they were on something. You know, this goes deeper than I thought.
Well, I've heard it a lot in kind of old timey bluegrass music. I think it's not like the harmonica, but I know that I've heard it. It has to be used sparingly, or else I agree that it's annoying. Good question. Right now we're talking about the mouth harp, Gabriel. We'll get to comics in a sec.
Can you play Pyromania by Def Leppard on mouth harp?
Maybe really good players can. And maybe this is like the plastic stringed acoustic guitar that beginners get. And once I get good on this, I need to graduate to that $150 one, which is never happening. And I can just hear the comments from my wife when she sees $150 mouth harp cross the threshold. I would have the checkbook taken away from me forever. I can get a lot of things in this house, but $150 mouth harp, highly doubt it.
Baby, can I get $150 mouth harp? She didn't say no.
She didn't say no. What did she say?
What'd you say? You promise not to break a tooth. As long as I don't break a tooth.
Yeah, you do have to be careful of that. You can thwack your teeth, but I don't. I haven't ever chipped it or anything. So yeah, Barbaric is awesome. Back to the comic thing. I got to make a video of everything that I'm late on because this stuff all came out in December, and I just now got it from another online retailer. It was Nightwing, Rorschach, or Raw Shark, as Omar likes to say, Strange Adventures, Barbaric. I feel like there was one more. There was 4 books I needed to read and do a review on because they're so late, and I just wanted to make sure people knew I was still reading books and not just hanging out playing the mouth harp. This is a question for the chat, Gabriel, because I don't know. Is the new Joker series by Tiny Onion Tynan any good? You'll have to have you read it, Lou?
No, and I don't think anybody in the group has read it because I think all of us in the group have a solemn vow we're done with the Joker and Joker stories. I don't think there's a single one of us in the group chat that are reading anything involving the Joker right now.
I do have Joker War Saga because it leads into the new Harley Quinn a little bit. So I do have it, but I'm not happy about it. Oh, here's a book you're not going to be happy that I have.
What is that?
That's Punchline. Appearing in Tinian's Batman. I know you hate her. I haven't even read her, so I don't know what it is you hate about her, but
everything. The stream is over. Let's just go. Let's pack it up. We peaked at the mouth harp. Let's go.
Here's a Peacemaker question. Lou, did you have the time to watch I'll fill it in. Lou, did you have time to watch the Peacemaker season finale? When it showed up, it was very surprising. I haven't seen it at all, but Lou and Gabe in particular love it.
Yeah, best DC property that they've put out by far. It's fantastic.
Really? And it's on HBO Max, right?
Yeah, 8 episodes, HBO Max. They range from 40 minutes to an hour. Completely worth it. I absolutely love Peacemaker. I cannot wait for season 2. If you have ever wanted to see a grown-ass man hug a bald eagle and the bald eagle hugs him back, it's actually pretty beautiful and heartwarming. I really recommend you watch Peacemaker. It's fucking great. It's the best. It's James Gunn. It's the best thing he's done.
So he's producing it, directing it, writing it. What's he doing?
All of the above. He
writes, the complete James Gunn property.
It's a complete James Gunn property.
Wow!
He's all over it, and it's so good.
Well, I can start that because I finally finished Squid Game, and then I finally finished Boba Fett. I went media dark on Boba Fett because I was sure the finale was going to get spoiled for me. And I was led in a completely, not only was it not spoiled for me, but I was expecting somebody completely different to show up. Like I think I said in the chat today, because of something I saw. This is what made me go media dark. I saw something in a floppy group that I followed just so I can keep up on who's appearing, what new appearances are coming. Like I showed you the new Spidey 2099 has Winter Soldier 2099 in it.
Yep.
So I saw something on that page that made me think this ridiculous character was going to show up in Boba Fett. And I was like, oh, man. And, of course, not only did he not show up, but it was completely out of left field. I don't know how much we want to talk about it. Well, let's... Is Punchline a lovable or hated character? Punchline was pretty oversaturated as a character for a hot minute. I actually forgot about her until now.
So did most of the world. Thanks.
I'm not a fan of Punchline, but love the way Jimenez draws that mini skirt. Okay. I haven't even seen that. So here's Bat Jesus. What's up, buddy? Bat Jesus agrees with you. Peacemaker season 2 announced. Well deserved. So good. Complete James Gunn property. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's his baby, man. It's so good. He's working on Guardians of the Galaxy now, and he's gonna do the Christmas special after that. And then he said he's gonna take a well-deserved break because he's been doing back-to-back projects the last few years.
What's the Christmas special?
So Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special that's gonna be on Disney Plus.
Yeah. You know what? I don't want to hear anybody ever complain about the state of comic books or pop culture in general. We're getting a Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. Something tells me it's not going to be like the Star Wars Christmas special.
No. And it's supposedly going to be a pretty prominent character is going to get introduced in that Christmas special. So.
And that's, of course, this coming Christmas.
Or
is it going to be Christmas in July or something?
I think that's next year. Because they're filming Guardians now. I don't think we get Guardians until next year. So I think the Christmas special is next year.
Oh, 2023.
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
pretty
are we
sure.
in 2022? Yeah,
Yes,
we're in 2022.
mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I do need to see. I need to finish Loki. I need to finish Legion. I need to finish. I never started Hawkeye. Maybe would you think? Do you think I should just pass those by and jump right into Peacemaker? It sounds like a
Absolutely.
must-see TV.
Absolutely. You need to watch Peacemaker.
Okay.
The intro alone will have you sold. Just because of the intro, you will be, yes, I need to watch the rest of this.
Okay. Somebody else said that the intro was boss.
It's so good.
John Anderson got his ultimate Spidey Omni. That's a great run. Nice purchase. Same with Gabriel. That's a great purchase. That's my favorite Deadpool run. That was Deadpool done really right.
That was fun. That was
Yeah,
really, really fun.
Oh, here it is. Lars Gunderson says, when it comes to Peacemaker, the intro makes the whole series worth it.
So good. Yes.
Huh, okay. I do need to do a couple of videos before I start in on a new TV show, but okay, you've convinced me. I will watch Peacemaker next.
It's so good. It's so much fun.
And now, can you say whether any Suicide Squad members show up, or is it a new cast completely?
It's almost. I mean, Waller very briefly shows up for maybe one or two scenes that last a couple of seconds. She doesn't show up that long. Some of the supporting cast from not the first movie, from Suicide Squad, the James Gunn one, shows back up, and they play a more prominent role. And that's about it. So
Okay.
none of the characters like King Shark or Idris Elba show back up in this
our man crush.
show up in this series.
Why'd you look at me?
Huh?
And I forget, did Polka Dot Man sacrifice his life in the end of Suicide Squad?
Polka Dot Man got squashed by a giant starfish.
Okay, that's what I thought. Something
Yeah.
happened to him.
So
which makes my inevitable reception of my polka dot sneaks that are coming that I couldn't get out of all the more lovable, because they will make me remember a character that got killed in the movie that I loved. Well, look at Next Imagina. What a nice guy. As usual, you're not giving yourself enough credit. Zero doubt in my mind that you could make a middle-aged pivot to world-class mouth harp master, just like Charles Bradley did to soul music.
Wow.
Okay, maybe I'll start watching some videos. I didn't want to, but maybe I could learn some technique and take it on the road. I'll start warming up for like Red Hot Chili Peppers or somebody. I wonder if I could do Under the Bridge. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Can you do Rolling in the Deep? My wife loves Adele.
I'm not. I don't listen to a lot of Adele, but for your wife, what is it? Rolling in the Deep? Okay, I'll listen to that and see if I can learn it. A lot of that is her voice, you realize. So.
Yes.
She has a pretty strong, good voice. So I don't know that I can hit some of those notes she does. Adele. She's so awesome. There's no way I could do it, but I'll try. For your wife. Only for your wife.
Thank you.
And thank you, Next Imagina. That is, I very much appreciate that. That's a nice comment.
So real quick, before we start getting into some of the new stuff that I have, what do you think of Boba Fett overall?
I loved it. I'm not going to listen. This is why I also don't go on social media. When I love something, I don't want to hear why people hated it. I was on a FaceTime call with Nate Burkholtz the other day, and all of a sudden he launches into this critique of it. And I'm like, dude, I love you, but I don't want to hear this. You're totally entitled to your critique, but I don't want to hear a show that I love ripped apart, even if it's legit criticism. Just leave me alone. Taylor and I always say that I'm the one on the raft on the ocean. I let the show wash over me. I'm all happy. And then he jumps off and takes the deep dive down into analytical world. And that's what Nate was doing, which is fine, but I just didn't want to hear it.
Okay.
If I like something, I want to just leave me alone. Just let me enjoy it. I'm there. I liked. Okay, let's see. Of course, I liked Fennec Shand, who's the greatest actress since, what's her name, Elizabeth Olsen. So, I liked her role. I liked Boba Fett. I don't have a problem with his resurrection. I thought it was creative. And if you watch after you watch like the first episode, it helps to watch what Disney has, which is like the history of Boba Fett and how many fans. This was like a fan reaction show. They if fans hadn't latched on to Boba Fett and made him such a big deal over the years, I doubt this show gets made. And so I will give credit to Disney and Marvel for or Disney rather, sorry, for creating this. I thought it was well told about his resurrection. I liked the guest appearances.
Okay.
Towards the end of the show. I dug the enemies. I dug how bloodthirsty the show was.
Okay.
I dug that they were playing for keeps in this show. I don't know. And it felt open-ended enough that I'm interested in the second season. I'm also excited for another season of some other show. How the quandary of a certain character played out didn't surprise me a bit.
Okay. I think we could talk pretty openly about some of this stuff. I think for the most part, it's been all over the internet.
Okay.
Did you? So this isn't a critique. I just want to get your feelings on it. Did you feel? So at this point, most people know Mando does show up in this for half the season. Did you feel? Yeah. Did you feel that this became his show, that second half of it? Because he shows up in 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
Out of 6 episodes. For me, I felt like, man, this is Mando's show now. The minute he showed back up.
Well, he also has 2 seasons of history behind him, so he's the more well-known character. So it was pretty powerful when he did show up. But yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, it became Mando's show because he's a well-loved character that's established.
Okay.
And yeah, I agree with you.
Okay. I loved seeing Luke again.
The
face tech that they have on him, the stuff now compared to even last year.
Yeah.
If you see a side by side to it, it is insane how good Disney has gotten with this de-aging stuff.
It is him as a young man. I mean, there's no flaws in it whatsoever. And he's also extremely peaceful and calm.
Yeah.
Which I like, that it shows that he has chosen the Jedi path, continued it, has an incredible amount of patience. The Force really flows through him. I did not sob like I did when he showed up on the last episode of Mando. Maybe because I was kind of expecting this, and it was a complete surprise to me in the last episode of Mando when he showed up, and I had a nervous breakdown. I mean, I sobbed really ugly tears for a full 15 minutes and
No.
was like blowing my nose and everything else. This I will say I kind of agree with this.
You shut your whore mouth. Baby Yoda is adorable. Baby Yoda is a cultural icon.
I kind of wanted to see him again in different circumstances, but I felt like I felt like I needed more time between sightings, but I get what you're saying. Some guy on YouTube used some deep fake technology to fix Luke from the end of last season. Lucasfilm saw it and hired him. I believe he played a large part in how Luke looked in Boba Fett.
Yeah, because it's a strikingly huge difference from, not that he looked terrible at the end of Mandalorian season 2. He looked great. But you see it face to face and you're like, "Oh my god, the difference in just a year of how spot on he looks now. It's crazy. It blows my mind that we are there.
Yeah.
We are there.
Yeah.
Where if they want to, they can digitally replace an actor over somebody else. I mean,
well, now he still played the parts, right? They just de-aged him.
He did, but what I'm saying is, in general, okay, like let's say I'm thinking of somebody. Okay, let's think of, I need somebody that's dead. I need Marlon Brando. Okay, let's say we wanted young Marlon Brando in a movie or something like that. They are at the point, I think, where they can put young Marlon Brando in a movie these days, and it would be pretty close.
Oh, that kind of creeps me out.
That's the part that freaks me out a lot.
Let's see who said this. I agree with Chris. That was I had not been exposed to Cad Bane. Is he a Clone Wars character, or is he new for this? Cad Bane.
Cad Bane is Clone Wars.
He was incredibly intimidating.
He's great.
And I thought he was going to turn out to be somebody else. I don't know why, but I thought Darth Maul was going to be in this episode. That's how faked out I got by somebody else's theorizing that I accidentally caught. I thought, is Cad Bane really Darth Maul, like fixed up from when he got cut in half and stuff? Because I know he got fixed up in Clone Wars with a stupid spider body or something. But also, Jeff is reminding us Ahsoka was in this.
We're getting an Ahsoka series soon.
That's definite. That's why she was there.
Yeah, no, that's definite. They've announced that we are getting an Ahsoka series really soon. Obi-Wan is in May, if I remember correctly, which I love the poster they released, because if you look at that Obi-Wan poster, it looks like Jesus walking through the desert. It is.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, I expect my Spanish grandmother to have a photo. Ese Jesús, that's Jesus, hanging in the living room next to the few candles and stuff like that she has.
Obi-Wan. Let's see. Apparently, they used They used a computer to voice Luke in the Boba Fett episode. They used referenced audio from the original Star Wars films and created original audio for Boba.
That is so creepy that we are there.
Yeah, I approve of it in this case. I don't approve of bringing back dead people and sticking them in, Marlon Brando is now in the halftime show with 50 Cent or something. That's not that's not something I'm excited for.
George Orwell will be a blimp in the Macy's Thanksgiving.
Was disappointed we didn't get to see the first meeting between Ahsoka and Luke. They skipped right past it. But yeah. Ahsoka show is also supposed to have some other characters from Star Wars Rebels. Now, did she show up in Star Wars Rebels first?
I don't know. I don't know the timeline.
Was she in Rebels and Clone Wars? Ahsoka?
You know what? I really don't. Here's the thing. I really don't know because I have not seen any of the Star Wars, any
Okay.
of that Star Wars stuff. The extended
I haven't
movie,
either.
just because I don't have the time. I mean, I don't have the time, and that stuff. There's so much of it.
Okay, Clone Wars. And I'm so sorry, Jimmy. It's a
Sorry,
super
pal.
chat. I'm so sorry, Jimmy. He's had a tough year. Lost my dad's friend yesterday. Oh, I thought you lost your dad. Lost my dad's friend yesterday. He was like an uncle to me for 40 years. Here for laughter. Life keeps getting tougher. I'm sorry, Jimmy. We are here for you to try and take your mind off of stuff. Really sorry to hear that. You probably didn't need to super chat us that. We appreciate it, but we would have given you our condolences without that. Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right. I remember that now. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jimmy.
I'm sorry.
Jimmy's
Man.
had it rough.
Yeah, I'm
really
sorry.
rough. His own health and then losing people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, pal. I hope we can make you laugh tonight at least a little bit.
Yeah, if you go back to the beginning of the show where Lou compares the mouth harp to Slash and stuff, that was genuinely. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate that. Oh, Creep Show. They did bring Jack Lord back from the dead for episodes of Reboot Hawaii 5-0. They CGI his face.
Can you imagine James Dean, Buster Keaton, and Marlon Brando in one
Buster
movie?
Keaton.
In one movie in the next few years?
Yeah, where are we going to stop? Harold Lloyd hanging from from the clock tower and all these other things. No, I'm not into that.
Some of those stunts that Buster Keaton pulled off, it blows my mind the stuff that he was able to do because that was pre CGI and all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't even think he had a net for that stuff. That clock tower stunt, that was up in the air with him hanging off those hands on the clock and goofing around with them.
It's amazing. It's amazing for those of you out there because Buster Keaton is old movie.
Movies. For those of you silent films.
Yeah. For those of you in the chat that don't know, Buster Keaton was a stuntman / actor during the silent film era. And if you look at some of his stunts, you have to bear in mind that this was at a time where there was no CGI, everything was done practically. It's genuinely really impressive what the man did. Some of the stuff involving trains.
Oh, yeah.
It just blew my mind the first time I saw
it. Well, yeah, and not just CGI, but that he did his own stunts. They could bring in stuntmen to do his stuff, but he did his own. So, and I mean, he was a big name for the silent era.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Jimmy did finish Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man last night. That had to make you feel a little better. That's a wonderful comic. That could have given you a little bit of joy, I hope, because I love that comic. Oh, yeah, Gabriel got to go to his first Comic-Con last weekend and did see some Star Wars characters there. I dressed as Joker. Nice.
Hope you had a good
time. So what else? Oh, good. Jimmy loved it. Nice.
So a few things in the news this week, if you don't mind.
I don't mind. I'm listening. I'm here.
Okay, so this was kind of in collected edition circles. This was arguably the biggest thing that was announced this week. The Hero Initiative is offering a limited reprint of JLA / Avengers collection from Marvel and DC in honor of George Perez. This was a statement that was released by DC themselves. For the first time in decades, the acclaimed JLA Avengers crossover will be reprinted by the Heroes Initiative, the charity dedicated to helping comic book creators in medical or financial need. With only 7,000 copies being printed, Hero Initiative is honoring one of George Perez's seminal bodies of work and his longtime support of Hero. JLA / Avengers will be available in March from participating comic book stores and will be distributed via Diamond Comic distributors. This 288-page full-color softbound volume features the original 2003 four-issue co-publishing venture between DC and Marvel, written by Kurt Busiek with art by George Perez. The book carries a retail price of $29.99 and is limited to 7,000 copies. The collection also features 64 pages of companion content and will reprint introductions by original Avengers writer-editor Stan Lee and the Justice League of America editor Julius Schwartz. A bonus in the Hero Initiative edition is a new foreword by Kurt Busiek. George Perez is a founding member of the Hero Initiative's board of directors and has served as the chair of its disbursement committee. Okay, so this thing has been out of print since 2008. I think is the last time that we've gotten one of those.
I know the absolute's like $45, so that shows how long ago it was.
It's been a long, long time that it's been out of print. I think this is a great thing that they're doing. The Heroes Initiative, for those of you that don't know, helps out comic book creators and comic book writers and artists that they've fallen on hard times due to medical conditions or anything like that. It kind of helps them pay bills and stuff. George Perez, as we announced earlier this year, has cancer, and they've given him just a few months to live. He's currently in hospice right now, which if you know anything about hospice, it means it's just a matter of time before the end is coming. So 7,000 prints, a 7,000 print run is very small. I was very surprised to hear that. Omar clarified why it was in the group chat. He said he believes it's because that it is not necessarily a venture between DC and Marvel. This is the Heroes Initiative that is putting this out through DC, and that's why they kept the print run so small. I would have loved to have seen this more. My concern for this is this going to get backdoored a lot by these comic book stores that are ordering as many copies as they can, knowing that there's only going to be 7,000 copies of this out in the wild? Will they jack up the prices as soon as they get them, or how that's going to work? I would hope not. I would hope they honor. I'm a strong advocate for. I just want people to enjoy it, and if you want it, you should be able to get it and purchase it. It sucks that people are going to take advantage of this and flip it, and you know they will. Because scalpers are just, for me, the lowest of the low.
On something like this, for sure.
Yeah, on something like this, you're a piece of shit of a human being if that's what you're doing with something like this. But it's for a good cause, and you know, I'm happy that. Here's the thing: I'm super happy that people are showing their appreciation for George Perez now, before he eventually passes on, because he's an icon in the industry. He's arguably one of the greatest writers and artists to have ever done it. So, damn.
And he's also, I almost got to meet him. He canceled on Baltimore when he first got sick in 2019. He was my number one guy to meet because he had a really good way with fans. I think he liked to goof around with fans and have fun with fans. Some creators don't. I think that's born in you. You're just because you sit and draw and write by yourself for so long. Sometimes I think some people just generally don't want to talk to people, and others like George Perez. I mean, I've seen pictures of him holding a fan, like the iconic cover with Superman holding Supergirl. Mm-hmm. George Perez is Superman in his Hawaiian shirt holding the girl. And then I've seen some guy holding George Perez as Supergirl. That shows me what I want to meet this guy. He seemed so cool, and I didn't get the chance to meet him. I was really disappointed. But were you on the show with Riley last night? No, that was manga last night.
Yeah, that was manga.
But I feel like Riley has some thoughts that he thinks there are signs that there will be variant covers for it, and this is an area where I have zero expertise because it got made somehow, but it could only if they could make 7,000, why couldn't they make 12,000? So I don't know. Lawyers got involved and said we're cutting it off at 7,000.
I think it's a
Well,
lawyer thing. Yeah.
what's that about? Why, if you're gonna do it, print 40,000 copies so everybody can get their hands on it.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I don't know. It is what it is, and maybe it'll get a second printing. Maybe it'll get variant covers that add to the 7,000. I don't know, but it's it's a fun book. I read it in floppies. I haven't read my absolute, but I've read it in floppies back in the day, and I guess, what's George Perez's seminal work, do we think? Is it Infinity? Wait, what did he?
Dude,
What's the work that he's like most famous for?
Infinity Gauntlet, his Wonder Woman run is great. I mean, he did work on the Teen Titans.
Yeah,
I mean, the man's back catalog. The thing with George Perez is most writers would kill to have one of his seminal works in their back catalog, and this man has. I can't honestly. I don't even know how many off the top of my head. It's crazy. His back catalog is just nuts.
And I guess you can get all his other things in various forms. This was the one thing you couldn't get, so they picked it. So I hope that there are more copies somehow made. I'm not going to buy a copy because I have the absolute, and that's a copy that could go to somebody that really needs it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even gonna. I won't even try to buy a copy, but I think that you're right. It's great that they did it before he passed away. I've always felt like this is extremely selfish of me, which tracks because I'm the only one I ever think about. But I would love to have a party before I die and not after I die when I'm not there to celebrate it.
Yeah.
Even though there's only going to be like 2 people, my wife and daughter, showing up to it saying, "Yay, we love Daddy." But if you're going to have a wake or a service, I'd rather have mine done so I can appreciate it and know that people love me. And then I go, so I like this. This is like a testimony to him. It's a testimony to him that he can get the love that he deserved before he goes.
I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So next up, okay, somebody briefly mentioned this in the chat. Comixology and Amazon are completely changing now.
Yeah, what's going on?
Okay. So this is coming from Gizmodo. Since Amazon acquired Comixology in 2014, its larger relationship with the storefront, which for those years has remained the premier hub for buying and reading digital comics, has been relatively hands-off. The ability to sign in with your Amazon account aside, the two storefronts have largely stayed separate. A new update changes that for the considerable worse. There was a lot of it wasn't good. Kicking off this week's wave of comic releases midweek, Amazon has radically overhauled the experience of using the biggest digital comic storefront in the industry. Changes to Comixology app have been largely unobtrusive aside from the full merger of Amazon and Comixology accounts. The update Comixology app now promises faster downloads of comics to your library, better search filters, and new navigation features that by and large bring the experience of reading comics on the Comixology app in line with the experience of reading them on Amazon Kindle library apps, alongside the fact that you can read Comixology purchases on the Kindle app and previous Kindle purchases vice versa. Comixology's guided view, a somewhat dynamic panel by panel. Let's skip down to what's really going on.
Yeah, what
okay. The most radical changes and biggest failures come in the browser experience. As of this week, Comixology's original native website now redirects you to Amazon Kindle Comics storefront, a page on Amazon's own site. Although featuring Comixology iconography, it is for all intents and purposes similar to many other in-site storefronts on Amazon and clumsily awkward to find from the homepage of the site. Nestled under books, comics, and graphic novels without a direct link, purchasing the comics is now identical to purchasing pretty much anything else on Amazon. And as a digital purchase, you have all the benefits of things like synced page tracking so you can pick up where you left off in the browser, which you'll probably have to do because reading comics in Amazon's Kindle Cloud Reader is a major pain in the ass. Yes, it is. The old Comixology browser reader was functionally quiet, quite basic, but Kindle Cloud Reader, designed more for reading digital books than a primary visual medium like comics, lacks even those basic functions. So basically, what they ended up doing is if you are reading comics through their app, it now directs you to the Kindle reader instead of the Comixology reader that we all know and love, and the Kindle reader is garbage.
So are you saying that everything I have loaded to read on my iPad is going to be redirected to the Kindle now?
That is my understanding. If it's from Comixology, it's going to use the Kindle app. Whereas before, readers would choose between navigating through a comic page by page or by double spread at a time, now the latter is forced on you in Kindle Cloud Reader. This perhaps would be fine if there was a general zoom in function like Comixology used to have, but Kindle Cloud Reader lacks that as well, so there's no zoom function.
So you read panel by panel?
There is no zoom in function.
And is that what the panel by panel thing was?
Yeah.
Okay. That doesn't affect me. What I always liked was that anything that I ordered just went right to my iPad, including the Kindle stuff. But then the Kindle stuff I bought went to Kindle, but the Comixology stuff I went to my Comixology app on my iPad.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd have to look. I don't. I mean, I do use Comixology. Not enough that I think this shakes up my world. But if it's, you can't access it. Even before this, you couldn't access. You had to go to Amazon. Wait, no. You could. It used to be there was a Comixology app where you found the books.
Yep.
And then a Comixology app where your library was.
Yes.
And then they made it harder to get books in the Comixology app to buy them. You had to look for them online. I think on for me anyway, I had to look on my browser on my laptop because I couldn't get it to work on my iPad. That could have been user error.
Well,
but this sounds like it makes it a lot harder.
It's just terrible. It was a stupid mistake. I don't know why they decided to go this route. The inability. So there's more to this. That inability to zoom outside is mostly keenly felt on larger double page spreads, which Comixology Comic Reader completely butchers, sandwiched between two massive black bars to maintain the vertical ratio. It looks terrible, honestly. There's no way to zoom in on these pages outside of double clicking for the panel by panel approximation, but that's not going to work for every double page spread piece of art in the comic book, which such formats may not traditionally be spliced into the panel. So yeah, that's basically they took Comixology and they fucked it up.
Okay, that sounds like it's going to have to be fixed. With thousands upon thousands of people complaining. I think it sounds awful. I'm gonna have to go on it and try it now just to see what. This is the first time hearing of it, so I'm gonna have to go on and try it myself.
It's a shame, man. It's a shame because the thing is, the Comixology storefront, in and of itself, was great as it was, and it was left untouched for so many years, and that was the big concern with people when Amazon first bought them out is, oh man, they're gonna mess it up. Comixology is such a great resource for a lot of creators and a lot of titles and stuff like that. But what's ended up happening is they waited so long, and I don't know what Amazon is thinking, and now they've butchered up the whole program.
Wow.
So the problem is only on the desktop reader, not the tablet reader. That's what Rafael Miranda said.
Problem is only on desktop reader, not on tablet app reader. So on my tablet, things should be appearing okay then, is what he's saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't I'm gonna have to try it. I read everything. I don't read any comics on my laptop. I read them all on the on my iPad.
Right.
So I don't
So that doesn't affect me. Because I'm a tablet guy, but we'll see.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So in other news, let's see, we got a few things. Aquaman is going for an R-rated dive into DC's oceans with Andromeda. Aquaman goes Black Label with a sci-fi horror title this summer. Aquaman is headed to DC Black Label with a new adult-oriented tale that veers into the world of horror and sci-fi, thanks to writer Ram B and artist Christian Ward, as announced through CBR. Titled Aquaman Andromeda, the 3-issue series will focus on the original Aquaman, Arthur Curry, as he explores a real-world place, Point Nemo, the furthest point of Earth's ocean from land, with a twist that turns the real-world coordinates into a dumping ground for spaceships. However, it seems that there's more than just a spaceship graveyard down there. What Aquaman finds in the depths will shake him to his core and pit him against his archenemy, Black Manta. The story kicks off with a group of scientists traveling to Point Nemo in a submarine known as the Andromeda, the source of the story's title, which operates on an experimental engine driven by a black hole. What they discover while investigating the mystery will kick off a psychological horror story that takes full advantage of more mature Black Label style story. So I am all in on this. I think that's awesome. I think more Aquaman stories are great. Especially in the last few years, what we've seen is a lot of fans that have kind of been on Aquaman. Jeff Johns kind of turned the tide on that. See what I did there? He turned the tide on how the character is perceived in a lot of pop culture. Also, give credit where credit is due. Zack Snyder did bring Jason Momoa, and he radically changed the character. And a lot of fans love Jason Momoa's Aquaman. He's fun. So I'm glad that we are getting a Black Label title, and the premise alone of this sounds absolutely awesome.
Hey, chat, just treat each other nice, okay? I don't have time to talk to Lou and police you guys. You guys are pretty much on your own because we're trying to put out a show about news and information about comics. So just treat each other nice. I can't be your policeman. Just everybody talk about comics, hang in there. Don't turn this into something that I have to start being a policeman. I'm not into that. I'm me, man. No, there's no need for mods. You don't have to pop off if you don't want to pop off. Just
the same, dude. It's the same stupid shit from last week.
Yeah, this is the same stuff that happened when I wasn't here a couple of weeks ago. Just everybody peace and love. Let us talk comics. Everybody talk comics. So just relax.
It's the same shit from last week, honestly. So
okay, let me get back to the topic because I'm not paying attention to the chat. I want to just talk comics and provide you guys entertainment and information on comics.
Go for it, man.
So, okay, wait. Where's the black hole in this? There's a black hole. What happens in this Aquaman book? Not the chat. The Aquaman book.
So Aquaman. Okay, so this is based on a real life thing. So the 3-issue series will focus on the original Aquaman, Arthur Curry, as he explores a real world place, Point Nemo, the furthest point of Earth's ocean from land, with a twist that turns the real world coordinates into a dumping ground for spaceships. However, it seems there was more than just a spaceship graveyard down there, and what Aquaman finds in the depths will shake him to his core and pit him against his arch enemy, Black Manta.
Yeah. So wait, where'd the didn't okay. Okay. Well, Jeff Johns wrote a great Aquaman. Then Jeff Parker came along and wrote a great Aquaman also. Now, and then Dan Abnett wrote a good Aquaman. This was all New 52, I feel like. And then Rebirth. I don't know that I read. I've read Rebirth Aquaman, but I can't remember it. And then, of course, there's Kelly Lou DeConnick's run that I know you don't want to read, but I'm going to read it because it sounds interesting. And then somebody else interesting is just taking it over. So I'm all in. I like Aquaman, and I'm in for some kind of Black Label Aquaman. That sounds boss to me.
Well, the Black Label line. So with the Black Label line, what started out as I thought was just a stupid idea because it replaced the Vertigo stuff. Has actually been putting out some of the best stuff in the last few years from DC Comics, in my
100%. You're 100% right.
It's been good. The thing is with Black Label is that it started out with Batman Damned, which is just terrible.
Was that the first Black Label book? No.
I believe that was the first Black Label book.
Why are we still reading Black Label if that's the case?
So I believe that was the first Black Label book, and it started out and it was just absolute garbage. It was horrible. So the thing is with Black Label is that it's gotten better over the last few years because we've gotten writers like Tom King. Jeff Lemire is doing a great Swamp Thing miniseries right now.
Oh, Tom Taylor with Hellblazer.
Yeah. We've gotten these great books that have come out that are technically out of continuity, but they're 12 issues long, and they've been really fun.
Wonder Woman Dead Earth.
Huh?
Wonder Woman Dead Earth.
Yeah.
Question Vic Sage.
Yes.
Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. Had to throw that in there because I love it.
Good stuff.
Black Label's also Last God.
What is that?
Yeah, I got it right here. It's not oversized, but it's Black Label. I thought I kept all my Black Label stuff together. I wonder, is Deceased Black Label? No, Deceased is, I think, DC.
I think Deceased is just regular. I'm pretty sure.
Joker Harley is Black Label, which was a great book. This is where I run into organizational difficulties. I try to keep all my Black Label books together, and then Joker Harley's over with Harley books. This is the problems in my life. I have organizational problems. And then Harley's back here too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was just reeling off some Black Label titles that I had, just to sort of prove your point of how great they've been, and how, especially like Dead Earth, I think that was a surprise to everyone. We dug Murder Falcon. Was that Black Label?
No, Murder Falcon is its own. I think, was Murder Falcon Vertigo? No,
I don't think so. Really? Of course, I don't have Murder Falcon. Murder Falcon's over on the other side of my desk, so I can't look. But I mean, we loved Daniel Warren Johnson and that. But then when he wrote Dead Earth, we were like, this guy's somebody really serious to pay attention to. He writes really great stuff.
And here's the thing about Daniel Warren Johnson is I don't necessarily think Daniel Warren Johnson has gotten the credit that he necessarily deserves, because I would argue he's still not mainstream enough for some of the stuff that he does. He's great. As an artist and a writer, he's easily some of the best. He's one of the best working today. I would put him up there with Tom Taylor, Donny Cates, all those guys that are at the top of their form right now for me. But I don't think he's getting the recognition he deserves. I think it's more he reminds me a lot of Al Ewing from a few years ago before he got Immortal Hulk.
Okay.
Where he just needs that right project to really push him up to the next level.
Yeah, I totally get it. I know to look for him, and you know to look for him, but I don't think mainstream readers know to look for him like they know to look for Donny Cates, etc. So he's just looking for that. I would have thought Murder Falcon was his breakout book, but maybe he needs to be put on a series of a higher character, higher recognition. Well, Wonder Woman, Jiminy Crickets, you can't get a whole lot higher recognition than Wonder Woman.
Yeah, but it just amazed me that it didn't get that. Because Wonder Woman, is it Dead Earth? I always forget the name of it. Dead Earth is awesome. It's such a fun read all the way through. It's a great Black Label title. And
he's doing something else though, right? He's got a series going on something good. What do you know what it is? I feel like oh yeah, oh god, that was such a good book.
He did Beta Ray Bill, I think, was the last thing.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of. That book, I thought that book was brilliant. I will go ahead and say I thought I liked it better than Dead Earth and Murder Falcon. I thought, and I loved those two books. Beta Ray Bill, you see emotion, touch, there are touching scenes, emotion, insecurity, in a lot of things that you don't see in a superhero comic. There was a real humanization of this poor guy who sacrificed against his will. He got turned into a horse to try and save his planet. And the humanization of Beta Ray Bill, or wherever he was from. I don't mean to. Okay, whatever. The humanization of Beta Ray Bill, I thought was brilliant. That is up there with Barbaric as my books of the year so far. And I just wanted to cover this real quick from Next Imagina because it's a while ago. Just apropos of nothing, have you read the depowered late 60s, early 70s Wonder Woman run? And if so, would you recommend it?
Hey guys in the chat, shut the fuck up and leave it alone. Honestly, now you're starting to piss me off. Everybody, you guys are acting like some of my kids in the school that I work with. All of you.
What the? Okay, wait, I'll get to it in a sec.
The answer is all of you are acting like little children. And do we have to put you in timeout because you're acting like kids?
I'll time out everybody. I'll time out the whole chat if I have to.
This is such a childish fucking thing. Every single one of them.
The answer, Next Imagina, yes, I've read it. No, I would not recommend it. In my personal opinion, even though it's written by Dennis O'Neil, the majority of it, low point in Wonder Woman's history. Low point.
Yeah.
As a spy, no. Credit to DC for trying something interesting. Discredit for letting it go on so long it got an omnibus.
Yeah.
It was not fun to read as a kid, and I looked at it. It is still not fun to read. Okay. So I do. Do you recommend reading Jeff Parker's Aquaman After John's? I do. I think it's only available in trades and maybe standard hardcovers. And I think there's only 2. Something tells me that I can skip a lot of this.
It's all garbage. Yeah, you could skip most of it, honestly.
Just the Murphyverse White Knight is also Black Label. That's right. Okay.
That stuff is good. I'm looking forward to the Batman Beyond Murphyverse stuff.
Oh, yeah. That sounds interesting. Oh, yeah. I want to read this. Wonder Woman Historia. I am very interested in this. I know it's not written by my favorite author, but it's okay. I want to read this. Black Label Sandman Universe. Let's see. I'm afraid I have to disagree with you. Sandman Universe is Vertigo. Why there's a Vertigo and a Black Label? Maybe the new Sandman deluxes, of which there are 20 every month. Maybe that's Black Label. But what what the heck? Vertigo and Black Label, and then I read a really good book that was on Young Animal. What the heck book was that? It was on Young Animal. It was really good. It's upstairs in the reading pile. I'll figure it out. It was something sort of recent. What the heck book is this? The Dreaming, written by Cy Spurrier. Highly recommended. Just so I can put it in there. So,
NFL dude, can you highlight his comment?
What number? This one?
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to how Deadly Class ends. I got caught up last night. Only 3 issues left. Same. I think Deadly Class is awesome. I think it's one of the best ongoing titles right now. Looking forward to seeing how it ends. I'm probably 5 issues before the ending of Deadly Class. So I think I don't know where it's going to go, honestly. Because Rick Remender has swerved me so much in this series that I'm looking forward to seeing how it all ties up and ends well.
I am looking forward to the next Giant Edition.
Yeah.
I've read all the Giant Edition, and I'm waiting. This is it, right? Okay, it ends. Yeah.
This is it. This is the last, I think, 5 issues of the series is what I have left. I think there's 3 issues left. And it's crazy to think that Deadly Class started around the time that Black Science started, and it's taken him this long to finish it. But I think he took a year or 2 off of it.
Okay, so Black Science, Tokyo Ghost, Deadly Class, and Low will now all be finished. Low's finished, right? With book 2.
Yeah.
Black Science got finished with book 3. Tokyo Ghost was just 1 volume. And then, so Deadly Class, this will be the 4th volume. Let me look.
I think so.
Deadly Class, where are you? Deadly Class, yeah, there's 2. Okay, so this will be the 3rd. Okay, this will be the 3rd.
This will be the fun one, yeah.
Okay, well that's exciting.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of time skips in this final arc. He jumps around in time a lot as far as where the characters are, and it's really cool to see where some of the characters that started out in the 80s and they were kids, they end up in now.
Okay, it sounds like I need to start over, which I'm fine with. I don't mind reading books 1 and 2 when 3 comes out. Have you guys read Remender's new series, A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance? No, I have not.
I haven't read it yet, yeah.
I'm about halfway through Burns' Namer Omni right now. I'm sort of on the fence about getting this. It's probably out of print already, but I remember reading the floppies when it came out, and I liked the first 12 or 15 issues, but then it just dropped off my radar. But he was like the head of a corporation, and he had a coat and tie on, and I think he was barefoot with wings or something. I thought it was an interesting take on Namer, but I'm not sure I liked it enough to get an Omni right now. But I could go on Comixology and check some. Oh, Comixology is all messed up.
I wouldn't do that.
I'll go to the Marvel app. That one's not messed up. That thing works like a jewel.
Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, unlike the DC app where it doesn't have anything earlier than 2020.
Oh man. So Peacemaker. The season finale of Peacemaker was this morning. If you have not watched Peacemaker, I highly recommend you all watch Peacemaker. It's fantastic. Written, directed, produced James Gunn, as well as a few other people. But this was everything I hoped it would be. It's such a fun series overall. It's very much James Gunn's wheelhouse. There's horror in it. There's body horror. It's just hilarious. Honestly, I could go on and on about Peacemaker, and I love the season finale of this show, and I can't wait for a second season because they just announced that Peacemaker is getting renewed for season 2 on HBO Max. The streamer has renewed James Gunn's DC Extended Universe action comedy for a second season. This comes, by the way, of The Hollywood Reporter. Gunn and star John Cena announced the news on social media Wednesday. The Suicide Squad spin-off series launched in January to strong reviews, with Cena reprising his role as the brutish yet charming government assassin Chris Smith, aka Peacemaker, who's paired with a team of fellow agents on a mission to save the world from an alien invasion. Creating Peacemaker has been one of the true highlights of my life, both professionally and otherwise, with John Cena and the incredible creative team around me, as well as our partners at HBO Max. Gunn said in a statement, "To have something we all love so much be loved by the audience in turn has been a wonderful experience. I can't wait for folks to see where Team Peacemaker goes in season 2." Added Cena, "I'm incredibly honored and humbled by the response of Peacemaker and the experience of playing this character." So yeah, so we are getting another season of Peacemaker. I am all fucking for it. I love this show. Please, 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 Gunn, rush another season out as soon as you can. I know he said that Peacemaker season 2 is going to take a while because Gunn wants to take a break after doing the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, the next one, and the Christmas special, which take as long as you want, man. If you can put on another great season like this, then take as long as you want. You deserve the rest. He put out Suicide Squad. He put out Peacemaker. He's doing Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's doing the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, all within the span of a few years. That is no small feat, and I got nothing but respect for the guy. So I'm looking forward to whatever he has next. And there's already been talks of him getting the reins of another character in the DC universe and having him do a show with them. That we don't know anything about that yet, though.
This Jurassic League. Rick brings up the point of the night. I've seen roughs for this or finished pages. Not a fan of dinosaurs, as you know. I am all in on Jurassic League. I don't know how they're going to pull it off. But the pages looked fun and awesome. And I want to, yeah, man, I want to see Jurassic League. You're a dinosaur fan. Are you up for it?
I am totally up for it. Me, Gabe, and Gio are beating the drum that the next Fast and Furious, they should just go back in time and discover dinosaurs and maybe be the creators of the wheel or something like that. I don't know. But I'm so down. I think it'd be awesome.
So I'm looking for questions on comic books and what the hell? Let's go to the bottom. Not a DC fan, but I am a huge dinosaur fan. What? Oh, that's Larry. That's Kristen's dad. Good guy. Shout out to Larry. What a great guy. I didn't see your picture, or I would have paid even more attention to you, Larry. I was blowing you off. Sorry. Talking about Namor, it's very 90s, which isn't my favorite era, but I love Byrne. Wait, are you the one? Oh my gosh, Larry, I just wasn't giving you enough love. He passed his love of comic books on to his daughter, which I was not able to do. I did pass my love of video games on to my daughter, and my daughter's taking tomorrow off because at 12:01 a.m. tomorrow morning, Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West goes live.
It's 2 hours from now. No, Yeah, a little bit over 2 hours. It's
2.5 hours from now.
That's a little bit over 2 hours. Yeah, no, that's next Friday. I have a cleaning. I have a dentist appointment, so I deliberately did that because Elden Ring comes out next week. So
And now, what is that? I saw you say that once that came out, everything else was getting dropped.
everything gets put on the back burner.
What's Elden Ring about?
It's a new game in the series, in like the Dark Souls, like tough, the really difficult game series that. Yeah, it's one of those. But
You love those.
everything my backlog gets dropped for Elden Ring immediately. So
Well, so wait. What do you do in it? What's the theme? How does it? What's the gameplay? Am I a first person guy? Third person RPG?
It's an RPG. It's a third person RPG.
Third person RPG. Okay. Third person RPG. So I'm okay. Wait. Third person RPG. So are they life size characters or those little teeny guys you move around on the screen?
Life size.
Okay. But it's super hard and I can't do that.
Yeah.
I know you love those games. But Horizon Zero Dawn comes out, and this is perfect because Sunday we got 4 bonus games for the football season. That's what I'm calling them, the playoff games. They are 4 bonus games. That took us up to last Sunday, February 13th. This week, Horizon Zero Dawn comes out, and my daughter will be over every single Sunday to play that game, and maybe Saturday and Sunday. This will be the only time she's gotten here at 10 a.m. since she's been out of the house. She usually comes about 2 because that's when she wakes up.
Yeah.
Getting up early to get here at 10 a.m. So I can't wait for that. And I thought that it downloaded on the 11th, and Lou's saying, yeah, but you can't, it's locked. I'm like, no, it's not. It's on my computer. It's on my console. Look. Oh, it's locked.
Yeah, it's locked. Yeah. So what they do is, so you can purchase it and you could have it downloaded and saved on your hard drive, but it won't unlock until that day.
Yeah. And I can't start ahead of time.
Mm-mm.
Larry chastising me for loving sports ball. Sorry, dude. I consider myself a well-rounded nerd. I love everything.
Mm-hmm.
Except manga. I apologize. I tried it. It didn't work out. God bless manga. But I love everything else. I have not read Lady Baltimore. I've heard great things about Baltimore, and I need to read Baltimore. That's a failing on my part because I've read almost everything else Mignola, and I forget about Baltimore because I just forget about it. I need to read it.
Baltimore's great. It's fun stuff. So the last thing that I pretty much have, I found this article and I thought it would be interesting to kind of look at it. This was by Newsarama, where they list the best horror comics of all time. Oh boy.
Okay, the best horror comics of all time.
Yeah. So you and I, I would say we're probably the big horror guys in the group chat. We love horror comics. We're all about it. So I wanted to go down this list and see what you thought. All right.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Number 10. Number 10, they have listed off witches. They're already.
That's number 10?
This is number 10. They're already starting off bad with me.
Okay.
Not that I don't think witches is good. Witches is fun. But top 10 of all time?
Well, I'm going to have to hear the rest to know.
Okay. Number 9, Afterlife with Archie. Good choice.
Okay. Yeah, I like that book a lot.
It's a good choice. Again, I wouldn't say my top 10.
Okay. Agree.
Number 8. This one, it's relatively new, but it's quickly getting in there. Something is Killing the Children.
Oh, yeah.
Number 8. It's really good.
Yeah, it is. I've read probably through issue 12. I need to read the issue. I need to read the issue. I need to read the hardcover that I got. Okay, yeah, we agree on that.
Number 7. This is an old one. Cat-eyed boy.
I do not know what Cat-Eyed Boy is.
Writer artist. This is a manga, by the way.
Oh, well, no
That's
wonder. I don't know shit about a manga.
Kazuo Umeza is the godfather of horror manga, and Cat Eyed Boy gives him wide latitude to touch on many aspects of horror, all led, and in some cases starring the cute but dangerous titular Cat Eyed Boy. Kicked out of Monster Society for being too human, the monster child lives in the shadows and attics of the human world, finding a place to stay, then acting like a victim, and sometimes instigator, of supernatural threats to the families and neighborhoods he tries to find refuge in. That sounds familiar today. Why it's scary? It's like some sort of demonic Cheshire cat. The cat-eyed boy is magnetic for readers' attention, just as much as the horror that seems to follow him. Umezu expertly uses each short story to delve into a new and different gruesome supernatural avenue against the cat-eyed boy's unsuspecting human host, made all the more memorable by the monster child's devilish charm.
Jimmy, I think Last God is fantasy and not horror. As much as
That's
there's
that's
evil
fantasy.
gods and stuff, that's a fantasy book. So don't get your hopes up here.
Yeah, that's more fantasy, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
So I can't judge manga except for Ito. I've read Ito.
yeah. Number 6, Arkham Asylum, a serious house on serious Earth. Is it horror?
Do I have that book? Wait, is that a horror book?
I
I have that book. I don't remember that being horror. A Serious House on Serious Earth? I read that. I'm going to have to look through my collection. I can't I'd be off air for 10 minutes if I tried to find it in my collection. So, um I no, I haven't read that yet. Cleveland Brown, I still own it. Um Serious I haven't I didn't even I don't consider that horror, but okay.
Okay. I don't consider that's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
So somebody put down why it's scary. Arkham Asylum excels in psychological horror, contorting the classic villains of Gotham into their base symbolism through confrontations with the hero who put them behind bars. Echoing elements of both H.P. Lovecraft and Francis Bacon simultaneously, Arkham Asylum expertly grapples with the idea of sanity in a modern world. I don't know if I would put that down as horror, is the thing.
Maybe our perception of horror needs to expand like this list to psychological horror, which is what even though witches has psychological horror in it, but there's like witches in it. So um psychological horror I feel like should be a separate category. I think when you and I think of horror, we think of stuff that really scares us,
Yeah.
right? Or
Yeah.
like Infidel. That to me, that's a horror story because it freaked me out.
Infidels in my top 10. Easily in my top 10.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5. Drifting Classroom. The Drifting Classroom. This was done in 1972 and 1974. This was another manga. So I gotta get okay. I'm giving these guys credit because I was gonna initially brush this article off, and they're actually pulling some stuff that I've never read. So, the comic, it's like Lord of the Flies meets Dante's Inferno in Kuzuo Umeza's The Drifting Classroom. Ditching the dark humor of the horror mangaka's aforementioned cat-eyed boy, The Drifting Classroom follows the students and faculty of a Japanese high school which is ripped and transported to a charred wasteland, revealed to be a future of their own. This sounds badass.
I've
The
heard
adults
manga readers talking about this book a lot.
the adults and children fight each other and make alliances, all while developing special abilities of their own, which help them try to come to terms with the desolate environment in which they must now. I need to read this now. This sounds great.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of manga talk about this book because I read Ito's Dissolving Classroom, which
Mm.
was disgusting. That's the book that almost made me throw up. Um, but then people also bring up Drifting Classroom. I'm not a manga reader, but I've heard it a lot mentioned as a great book. I didn't know it was a horror book.
Yeah, this was great. Victor LaValle's Destroyer comes in at number 4. I've heard of this.
I have too. Destroyer.
Victor LaValle's Destroyer is a gripping sci-fi personification of the fractured world in which we now live. Lavelle and artist Dietrich Smith cast their story as a modern-day continuation of Mary Shelley's iconic Frankenstein novel, following a scientist who is a descendant of the family Frankenstein as she uses her ancestors' arcane practices to try and resurrect her son, a black young man who is murdered by police. As the original Frankenstein's monster, he enters the scenario the contrast between how some people value his life versus that of a dead child becomes the heart of Victor LaValle's Destroyer, wrapped in layers of sci-fi body horror and even a giant mech. Okay, I'm in. I need to read this.
I thought I had it because it sounds familiar, but Destroyer. This is. It should be with my independent books, but yeah, that sounds boss. That sounds really boss.
Okay. Number 3. Black Hole.
I have that by Charles Byrne.
By Charles Byrne. This one's pretty iconic.
Yeah.
I can see why somebody would put this in the top 10. Black Hole is the best and worst of teenage angst, especially when you get to the part about the STD that causes its victim to become physically disfigured. Set in the mid-70s Seattle, Black Hole finds a way to blend real-life ideas of alienation amongst teenagers. Yeah, it's Black Hole. Come on. If you've been reading comics for more than a year, you know Black Hole.
I love that horror movie, It Follows, where the STD was the ghost that was following you of the last person that had it. STDs can be made very scary.
Yeah.
Because they're scary to start with, and then the thought that they could bring something else with it instead of just like infection, that sounds scary to me.
Number 2, Gideon Falls.
Number 2, huh?
I'm very surprised at this, and there's an omission on this list that
number 1 must be Lock and Key.
It's not.
Okay, fuck this list.
That was the omission on this list that I was very surprised was not on.
Forget it. Harrow County? What? Nope. Forget it. Forget it.
That was the omission on this list that I was very surprised was not on this. So yeah, Gideon Falls. Okay, Gideon Falls is great.
Yeah.
We should state the books that have been listed that we have read, they're all great books. There has been no book in here that I go, nah, that's not that great. My biggest gripe is I don't think some of these are top 10 worthy, and I haven't read some of the manga stuff, but I'm definitely going to be picking up Drifting Classroom. That sounds awesome. So Gideon Falls. Gideon Falls centers around a titular town that lost its resident Catholic priest who may still haunt the area, and a washed-up replacement who needs as much faith as he's being relied on to provide. The town's crisis of faith falls on his head as a dilapidated black barn appears out of nowhere, its presence dredging up an urban legend about similar black barns materializing as a portent for bad times ahead. And surprise, those rumors are true. Loved Gideon Falls. Good stuff.
I think that Gideon Falls may be, this is my personal opinion, it's the closest thing. Oh, okay, wait, no, I'm going to change the way I say it. It's the comic that has been the most perfect reading experience for me. I found it to be, because I was going to say it's the perfect comic book for me. But that's a big statement. I want to say it's been the most perfect and rewarding comic book that I've read. The way it weaves things in and out, past, current, different characters, you never get lost.
You don't.
You know who everyone is. You get the time change. It's done really smoothly and organic. It's done organic-y. But to me, it's the perfect reading experience. Some books, there's flaws, there's glitches, whatever. This thing just flows perfectly. I love that book.
Yeah. All right, number 1. Can you guess?
Well, if it's not Lock and Key, and if it's not Harrow, is it Severed?
No, God, no.
Okay, wait.
You've read this. You
what's
have
that?
read this. You have read this.
I have read this. Okay.
You have read this.
Nailbiter.
No, good choice.
Okay, not horror. Okay, what horror books have I read? Well, now you put me on the spot because I'm. Horror. Well, first of all, I'm just kerflumphered by No Lock and Key, so it's making me question my belief in reality. Hellboy? I don't know what.
Uzumaki.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to argue that. That's the one manga I could follow, enjoyed, and got super creeped out by. Yeah.
Uzumaki can be number 1.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that.
I mean, I would put number 1 Lock and Key. It's no secret. I absolutely love Lock and Key. Just off the top of my head, 1 Lock and Key, 2.
Oh, you're going to go for your top 10 here?
No, not 10. 5. This is
Oh,
off the
all right.
top of my head. This is off the top of my head, guys. I've read a lot of horror stuff, so I'm probably gonna miss something, and I'm gonna kick myself after. 1 Lock and Key, 2 Hellboy, 3 Infidel, 4. Let me think real quick. Jess, list yours off while I think of my
Batman Damned.
Okay, that's definitely a horror book.
That's an ironic horror book. Am I true? Well, I'm with you so far.
4 Alan Moore Swamp Thing.
Oh, interesting.
I'm going through the archive in my head.
Wow, interesting choice.
Number 4 will be Alan Moore Swamp Thing. Number 5. My mind keeps going right to Sandman, even though it technically isn't a horror book. But there's
those first 5 issues are.
Yeah, those first 5 issues are, but then it goes in completely different directions. Fuck, number 5. Fill in, Jess. Do your list.
Well, you said Infidel. Let's see. Let's see. Well, I mean, Hellblazer, the first 300 issues of Hellblazer, he's constantly effing with hell and demons and personal relationships that are awful. It's always about the worst people on earth that he's dealing with.
Yeah.
He's constantly calling upon the dark arts to fix things. He battles with angels from heaven, with the fallen one, the devil himself. He cheats to get himself out of hell. I'm going to go with Hellblazer.
That's good. That's really good. Number 5 is always a tough one for me.
Now, Jimmy Owens is saying These Savage Shores. That was a good horror book.
You know what? Sorry.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm gonna put for number 5, and I'm glad Jimmy Owens reminded me of it. I'm actually gonna put Walking Dead in number 5.
Okay.
Because even though I fell off of it pretty hard, those first 48 issues, and I say this all the time, of Walking Dead are fucking amazing stuff. They are so good.
I really need to read those first 50 issues.
The first 50 issues are great, and then it just dives horrible. It just doesn't. It does nothing for me, and then it picks back up again with Negan, and then it just dies again for me. But those first 50 issues of Walking Dead are great, man.
Good night, Marcelo. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Larry List is pure trash with no Tomb of Dracula.
Classic. Tomb of Dracula is classic stuff, man.
And some people were saying, "Oh, Raphael says I think they should make a list without manga." Sorry, it's not our list. I mean, we can make up our own list and come back. Why don't we do that? Why don't we have next week be the three of us, you, me, and Riley, come up with our top 10 horror books. Riley's will be 10 manga horror books.
It's gonna be manga for him. Yeah.
Yeah, and you and I can be 10 comic horror books.
Yeah. No, I mean that sounds. I'm good with that. That sounds
Okay.
good. I don't think it'll be next week. Is manga though, isn't it?
I think manga was last night. We switched
Oh, it
with
was.
today.
We switched. Yes. Okay, yeah, that works. Next week we can do it.
I'm actually not supposed to be on this show. I mean, this is your and Gio's show. I'm happy to be on it. This was fun. But yeah, next Thursday is regular OmniBros, original OmniBros with the topic that's never decided.
This is starting to feel like an old school show. Jess, why don't you tell them about our sponsor? Because we're going almost 2 hours now.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wait, I'm going to start assembling my horror books right now. I just thought of one.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're good, man.
Let's talk about.
Wait, did I say infidel?
You did for yourself. For yourself, yeah.
Damn it.
Are you having trouble? You listed 5.
I know, but I'm not. Walking Dead was one I was like, I can't think of a 5th one. And that's a great story, but I'll just throw it in there.
Well, okay, I'm giving you 10 for next week.
I know.
So don't lose sleep over this. Just come up with 10 for next week.
Yeah.
We'll have a great show. And Riley can give his 10 manga. It's fine with me. There I am. Here we go. InStockTrades.com. Oh, better get the mouth harp ready. Where's your wife?
She's asleep.
Oh, I'll play Brahms' Lullaby. InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50%, 65% off on some of them. Add to that 2% discount for loyalty. There's a $50 gift card given at the end of every week. I'm sorry. I'm all kerfumphered. There's a $50 gift card given away at the end of every month, courtesy of In Stock Trades. $50 or more in a order in the United States gets you free shipping, fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Uh-oh, Comic Book Guide doesn't like this episode. Worst episode ever.
Joe Goose, I had started All of Us Are Dead. It's a fun Netflix series. We haven't finished it.
Okay, wait a sec. Oh, Joe Goose, thank you for saying that, what you said earlier about the Rams. I really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Just please, or Lou, please tell me you've seen All of Us Are Dead. Loved it.
Yeah, I have seen it. It's super fun. I enjoy the hell out of it. We just haven't finished it.
Oh, okay. Here's a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Should I watch What We Do in Shadows before Peacemaker?
Fuck, dude.
You've been telling me to watch this for 3 years.
I have been trying to get you to watch What We Do in the Shadows for 3 years.
I know.
Watch Peacemaker.
All right, but
Yeah.
I want to see the movie and I want to see the TV show of What We Do in Shadows.
Watch Peacemaker.
Huh?
Watch Peacemaker.
Okay, I will. If everybody could hit the like button tonight, please, before you leave,
That'd be great.
we'd appreciate that. Here's Nate Burkholz, subscriber mode. Remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like, comment, dislike, leave a comment, whatever. We're happy with just any kind of interaction with our fans. Peace and love, our fans. There are others putting out there. Here's NFL dudes. Jennifer, Lower Birth, haven't heard of those. Preacher, yeah, that's an interesting horror choice. Lock and Key from Hell. From Hell is a horror book because it's like real life, and the conclusion he draws in it are horrifying. So I get why that's on there. Lock and Key, of course. Lower Berth and Jennifer. Are those Western books?
I don't know.
Jennifer. Why have I not heard of Jennifer or Lower Berth? Talk to me about it, NFL dude. Yeah, I know. I'm fumfering up to the max because it's late.
We're getting to that point.
Oh, this is one of Lou's favorite books.
Absolutely.
Was that your book of the year that year?
That was my book of the year that year. Absolutely. I love that book.
Oh, okay. These are stories. Jennifer was in Creepy or Eerie. Lower Berth is from Tales of the Crypt. Oh, okay. Welcome back, Jeff. Glad you're back. What else is Nathan saying in here? He's saying Baltimore is pretty good.
Baltimore's fun.
Yeah, there's so much I need to read.
Dude, there's so much. We are living in such a great time in terms of being able to consume so much in media, comics, video games, movies, TV. It's too much. It's just there's just way too much good shit out there these days.
That's the key. What you just said. Too much good. There's so much good stuff. When somebody tells you that this game blows or this TV show blows, there's like 50 others that, I mean, I've got a list on my iPhone that you guys have been telling me about for years, just TV shows.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't even caught up on Picard or Discovery yet, and that's ridiculous. We were debating that, Nathan. Lou was thinking that. Yeah. So we are going to make our own list. Oh, and I never finished Lovecraft. I love that first episode. Frick. That to me, that was horror on several levels.
It's a shame we never got a second season of that Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, that was horror on several levels. So next week we're having our own top 10 horror, and this will be horror. Man, these books will scare you, freak you out, cause nightmares, right, Lou?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lou knows horror.
Yeah, I've seen some shit I shouldn't have seen.
Well, here's the Hondalorian. I'm a Niner fan and can never root for the Rams, but happy for you, Omnidog. Peace and love. Thank you, buddy. Congrats only because I think you're a good dude. Thanks, Hondo. Legit comic fan that has actually collected longer than myself, 40 years. We have an understanding, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I totally know everything you're saying. Thank you. That's a lot for a Niner fan to say. Yeah, and Jimmy's a Seahawks fan. We need a Cardinals fan here. They've probably all gone underground after that playoff appearance. That sports ball playoff thingy, however Melanie described it. So, anything else, Lou? I know we're getting Winter Soldier 2099 with the new Spider-Man 2099. I have no information other than that. I'm going to be interested to see how they pull that off.
Here's the monkey's paw to that. Steve Orlando's writing it.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
The monkey's paw. It also comes with a curse. That's the frozen yogurt of the Frogurt of comics. It also comes with a curse.
That's the monkey's paw to that. I think it's Steve Orlando that's writing it. I'm not gonna read it.
Maybe he'll channel what he did with Midnighter, which was brilliant. One of my all-time favorite comics. But he's 1 for 30. So
a broken clock's right twice a year, right? Twice a day, right?
okay, so he's due, you're saying.
He's due. He's due for one. Oh God, please, he's due for one.
Freaking Omar got me to buy that Justice League Deluxe. I sold that the day it came in, that jerk.
He did that fucking with you. You know that, right?
What's that?
He did that probably fucking with you. You know that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was one of the early, before I knew him really well and realized that everything he said to me was to mess with me.
Yeah. He does that.
Yeah.
It's we've said it before. Omar's like that. If Omar likes you, he's gonna poke you a little bit.
A lot.
Yeah.
He'll poke a lot. Yeah. If he really likes you, he's gonna poke a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy, we're live. What do you got to say? Something good, I hope.
Just let's get out of here. It's getting late, man.
Yeah, it is getting late. So go Beat House. Hurry up because we got a minute left, if that. Tell us something interesting. What have you read interesting lately? Oh, brother.
Let's get out of here, Jess.
That's a sign it's time to quit. Well, Lou, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me at Comics Guide 101 on Twitter and Comics Guide 101 on YouTube, where there's an archive of old videos.
And you can find me, OmniDog, on OmniDog's Vault on YouTube and OmniDogs_Vault on Instagram, where I haven't posted in a month because I was worried about getting spoilers on Boba Fett and Squid Game. Have you seen Squid Game?
I haven't. I have seen Squid Games.
You have seen Squid. Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it.
What I'll tell you, a horror element from Squid Game was that very first game they played. That shocked the hell out of me.
Which the
red light, green light?
The red.
It was red light, green light.
Yeah.
And they were all goofing around. Red light, green light. Boom! That shocked the hell out of me, and that's why that was a great show.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. We're sorry. It's peace and love. Peace and love. We love you all. Take good care of yourselves. Thank you to InStockTrades.com. Thank you to the chat tonight. Thank you to people watching us afterwards. And let's see. I think Gio has something that he uses to close us out. Play us out. What does that mean? Okay, wait. No, I think it's up here at the top. There it is.